Welcome to Modern Day Abigails. 2 Corinthians 5:17 says, "Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. Old things have passed away. Behold, all things have become new." So let's listen to God's Word, where everyday lives transform and where we can become the women God created us to be. Yeah, he wants them to circumcise 100 of these guys.
That sounds like a fun day.
I'm assuming they're going to be dead first. Because otherwise, I don't think anybody's going to get circumcised willingly.
I mean, yeah, that sounds like
that's what one of the commentaries said. Could you imagine?
So what are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm going to go.
I got 400
Oh, wait, it gets
Philistines that
better.
I need to...
100. Wait, it gets
100
better, though.
that I need to scalp on the wrong head.
Right.
Did I just say that? Oh, my God.
Oh, my gosh.
Ray.
Do not cut that
You're
out.
gonna need
Do
to
not
cut that
out. Do not cut that out.
I am beat red. What is wrong with me?
I was so telling him.
Ladies.
What is that?
No, erase that from your mind. I did not say that. That was absolutely inappropriate.
It was true, though.
Oh, dear.
Oh, my goodness.
Ray, do not listen to your wife. Do not keep
that.
that.
You can't. You have to leave that one.
Moving on.
You might have to cut that one out.
Moving on.
Speaking of cutting, you might need to cut that part out.
Oh, gosh. Oh,
Anyway.
that's so funny.
Woo! When he sees the lines on that track, he's going to be like, what? What the heck is with those arrows right there? That line right there that shoots up and down.
Oh, dear.
Ooh, that was good. Okay, yes. Okay. So, to marry the princess, all David had to do was kill 100 Philistines, remove their foreskin, hopefully after they were dead, put them in a bag and bring it to King Saul, and he would get to marry Michal.
Easy peasy.
Yeah, like I said, the guy said, "I am glad the Bible doesn't have pictures." So could you imagine that picture of that bag saying, "Here you go, King Saul"?
Oh, because it's not going to be a clean bag.
No, I don't. I have a feeling when he circumcised them, it probably wasn't a clean rabbi job.
No, it's a quick in and out.
Oh God, I got the visuals are getting worse here.
For reals.
I'm not making light of it, but that's what Saul asked, because in his mind, Saul's thinking, "Oh, David's going to kill these guys, snip them, and he's going to die." Never mind, he killed Goliath.
For reals.
I mean, never mind that part. Now, here's the interesting part. So David had been promised his older daughter, and now, and it doesn't go in well with them either. And now, so now he's saying, since that didn't work out because I wanted to make him mad and he didn't get mad, I'm going to give him my youngest daughter. And I'm going to tell him, "Look, I don't need a dowry. I just need 100 foreskins of the Philistines. No big deal." But Saul,
all in a day's work.
Yeah, exactly. So back in verse 25, but Saul thought to make David fall by the hand of the Philistines. So when his servants told David these words, it pleased David well to become the king's son-in-law. Now the days had not expired. So I think all of a sudden David's okay with being the son-in-law. I guess because he realized, I don't have to have a dowry. It's okay. I can do what I normally do and take care of this. It
was a showstopper for him.
No, not what do you mean, showstopper?
David, he couldn't get past the fact that
at first he had to have a dowry, but now that he realizes he doesn't have a dowry, now he's like, "Oh, okay, this is great.
Exactly.
I can do this."
Yeah, the dowry was a showstopper, but that showstopper is now gone.
Right. And it doesn't say how Michal looked, but we know David liked pretty women, so I'm imagining she was pretty, and he's probably thinking, I could do, she's a pretty girl, I get to be the son-in-law of the king, and all it's going to cost is 400 foreskins of the Philistines. Easy peasy.
No big deal.
Yeah. In fact, it said now
I got this.
Yeah. Now the day had not expired, meaning it's still a full day. So therefore, David rose and went, he and his men, and killed 200 men of the Philistines. So David's like, I got news. He's looking at the sundial on his wrist going, "Hey, I got plenty of time."
He's an overachiever. Overachiever.
He was an overachiever. Killed 200 men of the Philistines, and David brought their foreskins, and they gave him in full court to the king, and he might become the king's son-in-law.
Full court.
Then Saul.
It's not just the king in the room.
No,
the full court.
Could you imagine he's got this bloody bag and said, "Here's the foreskins."
Can't imagine it smelled
200
good. Blood and ugh.
Ugh. Like I said, it wasn't a clean cut. So what did it? Did Saul open the bag and count?
Oh dear.
Did he?
How do we know it was 200? Who said 200?
Well, David said it was 200.
David said he walked in and said 200.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. We just know that David said he'd killed 200. Maybe he did tell him.
Did Saul say, can somebody verify that?
I don't know. I was wondering that myself. Is like, did somebody actually go count the foreskin? And was it really all the foreskin? Can you figure out how to, is it other pieces of them? Like I said, it probably wasn't clean.
I can't.
I
just can't.
Yeah. But then Saul gave him Michal, his daughter, as a wife. He had to keep his promise.
In front of a full court.
Yeah, because he told him, yep, for 100 foreskin, you can have my daughter. He brings him back 200. So now he has no choice. He didn't die, and he has no choice but to give his youngest daughter to him.
So then I wonder, he went above and beyond for Michal.
Yeah, he did. Was it
above and beyond?
I got other questions on that. Did 200 attack him? And it said, since 200 attack him, I'll just get them all. Did he not want to count? Did he count all of them?
Interesting.
Did he kill his 100 and go, you know what? Looking at his sundial on his wrist again. I got time.
The sundial. And it wasn't just him. He had a team, right? David had a team.
He went in with him and his team. Yeah, he
so
and his men. I don't know how
up,
many it was.
They all added up
so
how many?
Did 200 attack them and they just said, hey, why not? Or did 100 attack them and like, I still got time. Let's go get another 100. I'm feeling good. I got this.
Yeah.
So here David is, a sweaty mess with a bag full of foreskin, going up to the king in full court saying, hey, got it. And Saul's over there going, oh.
Overachiever for Michal. So there must have been something there. He wasn't interested in Merib, but he went above and beyond for Michal.
That's what I was saying. I'm like, well, I guess David liked Michal because he brought back 200.
Now
David could have been mad, but because the diary was for the dead Goliath. Remember, originally he was promised for a dead Goliath, and then he said, nope, not just Goliath. Now you got to get me extra.
Yeah.
But David was like, okay. He was a humbled man. Didn't bother him a bit. He didn't go, that's not fair. Saul did this. He didn't get all grumpy and mad. He's like, all right. Well, okay.
Be right back. Be right back.
Because he was
humbled.
Hold
that thought. I'll be right back.
Yeah, exactly. Here, hold my bag. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Oh, gross.
Go feel it. What type of bag was it?
Oh, I don't know.
Because
they didn't have plastic bags back then.
No.
What did they have?
I don't know. Probably animal skin.
Yeah. Ugh.
Like I said, did somebody actually open it? And did they open it and go, oh, yep, I ain't counting. Here you go.
Yeah, it's full. Good to go.
We're good. I ain't counting. Anyway, I kind of would like to have been there to see all that.
Oh, dear Lord. And then what did they do with them afterwards? Hopefully threw them in the fire. Look, I don't know. Keep going. I don't know.
I'm sure. Going. Yeah, good question. I didn't think about that one either. What did you do afterwards? I guess
the problem is, ladies, that Anna and I are both visual.
Yeah, we are. We are very visual. Sorry.
I'm so glad there's not a camera right now because we're really struggling.
Yeah, we are.
I'm grossing out. I'm trying not to throw up.
We're beat red.
Oh, here comes your husband. He's walking in the door.
Oh.
All right, moving on.
Oh, no. We're having fun. Oh, right. Is he coming by?
Yeah.
Oh, we got to tell him.
No, we don't.
Oh, we do.
No,
I'll tell him later. Anyway.
Is that him? That is. Yeah, keep going.
What? Oh, he's going to have fun when he sees that spike.
Moving on.
When he sees that spike, he needs to listen carefully.
Oh, dear.
So one of the things we can learn from this is how humbled are we? Are we humbled enough to think that we're not as good? I try to teach the children humility all the time about putting people above us, that we are not better than other people. And it's good for even in the home, at the workplace, school. Humble doesn't mean you're getting walked all over.
Not a
Humble
doormat.
doesn't mean you're a doormat. Humbled means I'm going to put you above myself, even at my own expense. It might hurt me, but I'm going to put you above me because I know that the Lord will honor that and will lift me up.
Jesus was humble. He was not a doormat. He was the furthest thing from a doormat.
Exactly. We saw that David went the extra mile. Are we willing to go to the extra mile? Even for people who are not like us or maybe don't like us? Mm-hmm. Have we ever, I know I've tried to help people. They may not like me. I'm going to help you. And I know that sometimes probably people get mad at me and I'm okay with that as long as we're doing the right thing because I care. I really do. I don't show something that's wrong because I don't care about you. I show something wrong because I do care about you and I want to see you change and do better. Mm-hmm. And I've met plenty of people, especially in my old work. There was plenty of people. I'm like, you obviously don't like this job. So why are you here? Go find a job that you will like. Don't stay here miserable. I don't know. But I'm just saying is that, like I said, I wasn't talking about being abused or accepting bad behavior. I'm asking you, how do you respond to a situation that you don't want to be in? Are you yelling, screaming, crying? I mean, I've done it all. Been there, done that one all. The Lord had to really work with me to take a different approach. I had to learn how to really pray. And I'm so glad that the Lord put you in my life, Joanna, to help me pray when I didn't know how to pray, to help me work on my self-control. And I don't have the meltdowns. I was joking around like I should have marked my last meltdown. My last meltdown has probably been months, because I used to have I get tired and I just have meltdowns, especially on Thursdays.
And your nutrition has changed, and that has helped tremendously.
It has helped tremendously, but I'm also, because of the few times I've had meltdowns, I had to stop and go, Anna, quit. What are you doing? You know this is going to happen. You've got to do something to make sure it doesn't happen. Mm-hmm. So I've been trying, so I was trying to get better about watching and pacing myself. So by Thursdays, I didn't hit a wall. So it's gotten better, but
Was that every Thursday?
Almost every, it wasn't quite every Thursday, but almost every other Thursday, I would have some sort of meltdown. Mm-hmm. And for a long time, because I couldn't handle the stress anymore. So now I'm trying to get better at work.
It was really bad.
Some of it was, but some of it was on me. Some of the stress I put on myself. My parents used to tell me that we didn't have to punish you. You did a great job by yourself. There was nothing we could do.
Yeah.
We couldn't even, you did a great job at it. In fact, we tried to get you to unpunish yourself.
Right.
Well, too good at that, Anna. But I would do that stress. I would stress about things. In fact, I will say this. I try not to talk about my current job too much, just in case somebody listens. But I will say that somebody was really excited for me the other day because I told the person, no, I'm not doing it. That's not my wheelhouse. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
And they're like, I'm so glad you said that.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I'm tired of them asking me to do something that they could do.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Exactly.
So going back to Saul and all them, back in verse 28, I forgot what chapter we're in. I told you I skipped around so
28.
much. 28? No. Yeah, verse 28, but what chapter am I in? I know I'm in 1 Samuel still. I think I'm chapter 18, right? I think so.
Yes.
Yeah, 18. And then I'm at verse 28. Thus Saul saw, gosh, that's hard. Thus Saul saw and knew that the Lord was with David, and that Michal, Saul's daughter, loved him. And Saul was still more afraid of David. So Saul became David's enemy continually. That's really, really sad that he made David his enemy.
Yeah.
But I have to ask us now, because I just thought about it. How many people have we made an enemy that shouldn't be an enemy? That's not an enemy, but we've made them an enemy just because we're jealous. We're envious. We don't like what they have because we don't have what they have. Never mind, they don't know what they've been through to get where they are. But there's a lot of times I think we create our own enemies. They're not really an enemy, but we create our own enemies. I think sometimes we are our own enemy. I know I'm my own worst enemy sometimes. I'm hard on myself. Mm-hmm. So anyway, in verse 30, it says, then the princes of the Philistines went out to war. And so that it was, whenever they went out, that David behaved more wisely than all the servants of Saul, so that his name became highly esteemed. So we're watching David grow. We're watching David grow. We're watching him walking with the Lord. He's now a married man. He's got his wife. I don't know how old David is by this time, but the Lord's with him. He's got a wife. Everything's backfired for Saul because the Lord is honoring everything because the Lord is honoring David's loyalty to him, his obedience to the Lord. But what has David, let's think about this, Joanna, for the ladies. What has David done to stop Saul from doing anything?
Nothing.
Exactly. Who's done it all?
The Lord.
Nope. David's just walking in obedience. That's all
Minding
he's doing.
His business,
Minding his business, walking his obedience, being humbled, understanding who the Lord is. Now, like I said, David's not a perfect man. We'll see that later. He makes plenty of mistakes. But right now, what we're seeing is this.
Some of them are huge.
Yeah, some of them are very big mistakes.
Life-changing.
The Lord still loves him.
Yes.
He doesn't stop loving David. He just has to be a little bit more adamant about his expectations. Sorry, water break. Okay, so now, so his plan backfired. His youngest daughter really loves David, which means you would think that she wouldn't betray him. But does she really love him? So I think there's a difference between love and infatuation. And I think we often get those mixed up.
I agree.
Because love is a choice, and we're supposed to love everybody. Doesn't mean we accept bad behavior. It just means we're supposed to love people to where we are
care about them,
care
help
about
them,
respect
take
them,
care of
even
them.
if they're mean. Because I mean, the Lord talks about it all the time: repay evil for good. So I would venture to say, and I didn't look up the word love until because I just thought about it. Literally, just thought about it. Now I wonder what type of love they used to show what Michael felt with David. Was it really love or was it infatuation? But I did read something today that was interesting. Is the guy said people are going to fall, quote, I'm going to put this in quote, fall in and out of love. He said what happens is most of the time when people, quote, fall out of love, that's when the things go bad and marriages end. He said, but those who, quote, fall back in love because they chose to love.
Right.
And I think that's what we have to remember is love is a choice. And even when we're upset, we still have to love. Because the Lord told the women, the wives, to respect their husbands. And the husbands are supposed to love their wives as Jesus loved the church, which means he's supposed to make sacrifices for her. He's supposed to dwell with her with understanding. But I think a lot of times the women are so about the emotional love that they have forgotten about the action of love. And they're expecting their husbands to meet a need that they can never meet. That's the Lord has to meet that need.
Right. It's impossible.
Exactly. So for Michael, she says that she loves David. So my question though is, as we read the next verses and really watch Michael, what happens? Does she fall out of love? Was she never in love with him before? Was it fear?
She over her infatuation?
Maybe it was that, maybe, or was it because they were separated for so long? We're going to talk about that. So in 1 Samuel 19,
I mean, that matters.
It does. And we're going to talk about how that, I mean, there are sometimes you have to be separated and there's no choice.
Like military families.
But you really have to watch it and pay attention. And if you're making the decision together, really understand, like Stevie and Emma did make that decision that Stevie would go into the Air Force Reserves. They had, they talked about it and they made that decision together. So nobody could get mad. And they didn't. I'm not saying they did. I'm just saying that when you watch that, nobody could get mad there because they made that decision together.
It was a team decision.
It was. And he did get sent to Kuwait and it went places. But they had a scheduled time that they were nowadays, now back like with World War I and World War II, that was, and even some of the other wars, that was a little bit harder. They didn't make it as easy to contact your spouse. But Stevie was telling me that they always had a certain time they were allowed to contact their spouse. And that's why he was so heartbroken. I think he saw like 4 die in the first week he was there. And they were all from just a stupid accident that could have been avoided.
This was who?
Stevie.
He went to Kuwait?
Yeah. You don't remember that?
No.
Yeah. Reed was real little. He went to Kuwait. In fact, it was during the height of COVID. So he had to be quarantined for 2 weeks with the troop. He wasn't supposed to go. Somebody else was supposed to go. But at the last minute, that person said they couldn't go. So he wound up going. And, so he went to Kuwait. He went and visited other countries. He got they shot at him.
We did a party for him. When
before
did he leave?
left. I don't know, but it was a height of COVID because they had to get quarantined first for 2 weeks.
Okay.
He went to the Air Force base, but he didn't stay there long. They're like, we really need help at the Marine base. Can you go and help over there? They really need some morale and some help over there. He's like, yeah, sure. Because Stevie is very friendly, talks to everybody. Everybody's his friend. I mean, he doesn't get walked on and accept bad behavior. It's just that he's going to be your friend until you're not. And because he just loves people. I mean, he's just that people person. His own son got that from him.
I'm sitting here trying to remember this. How do I not remember this at all? This is a big deal.
Yeah. So the first time he was there, there were several incidences.
First time?
Yeah, it was his first time. He had several incidences with vehicles. And one of them, it hurt him so bad because he knew that there was a certain time that you got to speak to your spouse or your significant other, and she wasn't going to get that phone call. And he said that really bothered him so bad, knowing that she was never going to get that phone call. And because she was a girlfriend, it would be a while before she found out that he had died. Tragic. I mean, he said it was bad enough. I'm not even going to do the image that he said that he had to see, but basically something big rolled on top of this guy and it went squish. Aww. Yeah, he saw that and several other people die of weird accident. One of them fell off the plane. I'm like, he said that at one point, whoever was over that whole area shut the place down for a week, and all they did was safety topics the whole week because they had like 3 major accidents in 1 week. And they went and visited a village he got shot at. was so
How
mad
long
at him.
was he there?
6 months, 8 months, 6 months, 8 months. It was less than a year.
Okay.
And
I can't. This is not even in my memory.
well, that's because right after that is when she got pregnant and lost the baby, and we dealt with that for several years.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that was around 2020, 2021.
Okay.
So why was I stuck? Oh, but they made that agreement and they worked it out together, and they planned to talk to each other and made sure they knew what was going on. So they always made sure that even though they were separated, they still communicated. And because it was very important for them to make sure you keep that connection is what I think that's where I'm really going with this, because we're going to see where, I don't know what the time period was, but there was a huge time period that David and Michael were not together. So yeah, he even got shot at. He comes home and he's telling me things that they're going through and said something about getting shot at. I'm like, excuse me? You didn't tell me that. He goes, Mom, I'm standing in front of you. Like, I don't care. You should have told me.
Right.
I could have been praying. He said, well, and would do what, Mom? I said, I could have prayed. You could have told me you were going to this other country and I could have prayed for you. I'm
going to rack my brain or try to figure out why I can't remember this memory. It's a big deal.
It is. But I mean,
you know what? That was when
Sean was going through his cancer.
Was going through cancer.
You had your own.
My life revolved.
Yep. And rightfully so.
And I have no doubt that I prayed with you.
Yeah.
But I don't remember that time.
I'm sure you did pray with me just as I was praying for your son.
Yes. Okay. Gosh.
So it's okay. Woo! My whole point is we're going to see how this all gets all messed up real quick. So 1 Samuel 19, remember, we're in 1 Samuel 19. Saul
got it.
Also sent messengers to David's house to watch him and to kill him in the morning. Now, I don't know how much time passed from the wedding to this. I have no idea. There's no...
But he's relentless.
Yeah, I don't know what the timestamp is.
What is this, plan C, plan D?
Yeah, something like that. And I'm not sure if the javelins happened in between, where he tried to stick him to the wall.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I think so. I think I'll talk about that in a minute. Let me cover these verses. So Saul also sent messengers to David's house to watch him and to kill him in the morning. And Michal, David's wife, told him, saying, if you do not save your life tonight, tomorrow you will be killed. So Michal let David down through a window, and he went and fled and escaped. And Michal took an image and laid it in bed and put a cover of goat's hair on his head and covered it with cloth. So when Saul sent messengers to take David, she said, he is sick. Then David sent the messengers back to see David, saying, bring him up to me in the bed, that I may kill him. And when the messengers had come in, there was the image in the bed with a cover of goat hair on his head, for his head. Then Saul said to Michal, why have you deceived me like this and sent my enemy away so that he has escaped? And Michal answered Saul and said to me, let me go. Why should I kill you? So David fled and escaped and went to Samuel at Ramah, and he told him all that Saul had done to him, and he and Samuel went and stayed in Naioth. Okay, so previous verses where Saul was telling his son Jonathan that they should kill David, but Jonathan was not having any part of that because David was like a brother to him. Jonathan tells David so that David could hide. Jonathan speaks well of David, so it seems like Saul relented. After a victory, the distressing spirit from the Lord came and while David played music, Saul threw the spear on him, but missed, and David's escaped. So you're right. This is like plan D. And it appears that Michal found out that her dad was going to kill him, so she wanted to save his life and deceive her dad to give David time to flee. How did she know? I don't know if she heard the plot. We don't know if Jonathan might have told her. Maybe Jonathan heard the men talking, so Jonathan told her to warn him. Did she see something out of place? We don't know, but she did learn and acted quickly. But remember, Michal was supposed to be David's downfall. So Michal was supposed to be David's downfall, but instead she helps him escape death. So of course Saul's mad that she appears to be more loyal to David, who's supposed to take over the throne, than to her own dad, who's supposed to keep the throne. I mean, if you think about it.
Which, by the way, is her husband.
But you know what's interesting is Jonathan should have had the throne. But yet Jonathan recognized that David was God's anointed and did everything to help David. And it was so sad that Jonathan,
bestie.
They were like brothers. And it's so sad that Jonathan had to die.
I agree. Oh, that has always
bothered me too.
Yes. I've not set well with that. But then again, if he's the line, the Lord killed the line.
He had to, and he said he was going to. And you know what? Jonathan accepted that. Jonathan knew it and accepted it. Yeah. He had no problem with it because he wanted to honor the Lord to the point where he was going to...
he gave up everything.
Yeah, to help David.
Yeah.
Because he recognized who the Lord was and he wasn't scared of death.
Against his own dad. His crazy dad.
So Jonathan's like, I understand. You have to do that. You have no choice. Unfortunately, sometimes the parent sins washes over the children.
Yes,
and the children get into
generational curse.
Yeah, but Jonathan accepted it, saying, "You know what? I know this." And I just thought about that, and I was amazed at that because the difference is his sister wasn't like that. You can tell because his sister, finds out about it, and what's she do? She helps him escape death. Yes, she helps him, but she deceives her dad about it. She lies. She didn't have to. If she knew that David was protected and anointed by the Lord, she could have said, he's not here. I don't know where he went. I mean, she didn't. She just knew he went out the window. She didn't know where he went. She could have done other stuff. She could have gone with David. I'll talk about that in a minute. So Michal knew that was going on in her home. Right or wrong, she knew what was going on. So I have to ask that question. Ladies, do you know what's going on in your own home? Or do you look a blind eye to things? How many stories have we heard, Joanna, of children getting abused and the mom just turns her head?
Yeah.
Now, maybe the mom's getting abused too, but I can't imagine as a mom not protecting my child.
Yeah.
I just cannot imagine. And I've been in fear before, but what got me out of my fear is when I thought my ex-husband hurt my child and then he was going to get hurt back. I put that child behind me and I looked at him. I'm like, don't you ever touch him again. I mean, it was a spanking, but to me, it was a harsh spanking. Mm-hmm. And it was uncalled for because he had no evidence that the child had done anything. The dog could have done it, but he chose to blame the child instead of the dog. And I'm like, that got me out of my fear because you ain't going to do that. And he didn't. He didn't touch that child again. Of course, it wasn't long after that he decided he didn't want to be married anymore.
Right.
Because the fear was gone. The fear was gone. I was no longer afraid of him because you touched my child and the mama bear got woken up. So I can't imagine these women who just turn a blind eye or who doesn't know what's going on in her own home. But then again, some women are so selfish. They're all into their own life that they are not thinking about others.
Maybe they're in survival mode.
That could be too. But we have to get out of that. We can't stay there. Thank you for letting us share our tools to become the women God created us to be. If we encouraged you today, visit us at moderndayabigails.com. Remember, you are loved, cherished, and prayed over.